Hey everyone, we're Tom and Bunny from TomandBunny.com, and we work for Tom's Trips, your leader in adult lifestyle travel to destinations all over the world. If you want a clothing optional nudist, adult only, lifestyle friendly event to go to, definitely give us a call, 800-285-0853, or visit tomstrips.com. It's in the bar right below our video, and if you're watching this, we also do all of our videos on podcasts, so check all your major podcast sites, as well as follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Tom and Bunny.
You nailed it.
Thank you. And if you're on podcast, you can actually see our bright, shiny faces doing the videos on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and just search Tom and Bunny, all one word.
We're
I didn't
easy to
nail it
find.
that good.
No.
I missed one.
So today we're going to talk about, we're just going to kind of go over the basic dynamics of the lifestyle. Because we did get an email from somebody, and she had asked that her and her husband were looking to get into the consensual non-monogamy world. And she had been seeing that a lot of people have got boyfriends and girlfriends, and they don't want boyfriends and girlfriends.
And it's wearing them.
So they just wanted to ask our opinion. And we went over kind of the basic list, because there's so many dynamics of this whole world.
Well, let's just add one thing real quick. These are our opinions. They mean nothing to you or anybody else, but it works for me and Bunny. This is how we navigate the consensual non-monogamy pineapple lifestyle. And if our opinions help you, that's great, but we always say talk to 5 other people or couples and get their opinions, because they might be able to explain their dynamics that relate to you better.
Because we have seen a big uptick in the lifestyle. I mean, a lot of people are getting into it, and a lot of people are on completely different dynamics than the others. And a lot of people don't understand the other ones, and they don't want to look into it, which is more power to them, because not every one of us is into different things.
Well, me and Bunny are more, we've been in the lifestyle for 30 years, but we don't want to say we're really hard into the lifestyle. And the word would be hardcore. Meaning we can go to events, we can have drinks, we can socialize, we can have fun, we can meet people. We've made lifelong friends we'll never have any other sexual connection with, except they are just great people. We could be wingmen for anyone. But there are many times where we find that right connection, and we play with the couple, and depending on our mood of the night is depending on our dynamics we're going to list right here.
Yeah, and so we would consider ourselves more social
lifestylers. But social lifestylers with an open mind to actually participating.
Yeah, because we always say, you always try something once, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again.
Well, we do it second time just to make sure.
I was going to go there.
Okay.
And tell people that we always try it a second time, because maybe there was something
we
off
just
the
didn't get
first
the
time.
right person or right couple, or there could be any number of things.
But you do you. I mean, do whatever. You guys have to have the open communication between you to make this lifestyle work.
Right, Bunny's talking with their hands. I'm going to get hit in the face. So, with that said, we're going to we actually wrote a list down.
We did.
We just wrote topics. So, you're going to hear us spiel stuff out of our mouth that we didn't script.
No.
So,
wait, because we kind of flip back, because the whole thing started off with just being, can I say that word? SWINGERS.
We got to be careful because of the algorithm gods.
So, that's a whole different dynamic than what consensual non-monogamy of today's society is.
Yes. So today, me and Bunny 30 years ago, we didn't have all the social media we have today. So we called it SWINGERS. Over time, it turned into pineapple people, or upside down pineapples. We did a video on that too, and then now it's then it turned into consensual non-monogamy, and now it's some other term I don't even know what it is. we still consider ourselves OGs, SWINGERS.
Yes.
They used to call it wife swapping.
Yeah.
And
They would say if you're going to the club, you're going to swap meet.
The swap meet. So with all that said, we don't take it so serious we have to confine it down to a very politically correct term.
We do whatever makes us happy.
Let's just put it this way. Being a SWINGER means we're consensual on what we do.
Yes.
We don't have to actually title ourselves.
No.
And it's okay if you do. We're perfectly fine. So with that, let's start. You got something else to say?
Well, no. I mean, we can get right into where a lot of people first begin into this world is voyeurism and exhibitionists. Exhibitionists.
Yeah. We're not watching, what's his name? Exhibition Unknown?
Yeah. You can tell what we've been watching on TV. Huh?
And no, we're not drinking anything right now.
So exhibitionists and voyeurism is where a lot of people start. They kind of fall into
that's our biggest question is, we've never done this before. This is an actual bona fide question. We are brand new to this lifestyle. We've never done anything like this before. Can we go to a resort like hedonism, or can we go to a club or an event and just watch? And the plain and simple answer is
yes.
Yes. There are some clubs that may not allow you to not participate, and some people would go, well, that's just wrong, but if that's what they call for, there's nothing wrong with it. You could choose to go or not go at that point. So watching is a great way to start off. You aren't getting pot committed or creating an environment you got to go home with to live with the rest of your life.
Well, you kind of left something off there. When they say that you can't go and just watch, you have to participate, that means with each other. You do not have to do anything that you don't want to do at a club. But if you're going to go and you just want to watch somebody, most of the times they at least want you to be dressed down or naked and on a bed.
And either
at least engaging with each other.
Engaging with each other.
Yes.
If the Corral in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, a great club. Check it out. We did a video on it, and they actually have it set up. Their rooms all have doors that close. So they have the play area, and if the door is open, they're inviting you in to ask. Remember, you got to ask before touching and ask for consent. And they got to give consent. So if you see that, then they have a plastic yellow chain that attaches to the door. That's saying, we don't want you to engage with us, but you're more than welcome to watch. At that point, keep your conversations either sexual or very quiet to no conversation. Feel each other up, but still be dressed down, because if they're in there naked playing, the last thing they want to do is look up and see someone in a trench coat or fully dressed or looking weird.
Well, and like Tom says, keep your conversations down to a minimum, because if I'm back there going to town and having a good time, I don't want to hear about the Yankees versus the Dodgers.
Or your job issues or stuff like that. The kids at home.
Don't ruin their mood.
Yeah, don't talk about kids.
Yeah, no.
So, and then at the Corral, they have it to where if you close the door, then you want more privacy, and a lot of the doors have curtains, and then you want ultimate privacy. So the Corral, again, Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, go to our YouTube, search it, and watch the video. It's a 30-minute video, but we go through the entire club. It is an ideal club for new people, and they have, a lot of clubs have newbie night. Their newbie night is they open an hour early for newbies, specifically just to answer all their questions, as well as tell them what they're going to expect to happen throughout the night, so nobody's caught off guard or shocked. Because there are a lot of new couples that could get really jealous really fast.
Yes.
So they tell you all the dynamics of, are you going to be approached? Most likely. Are you going to be hit on? Are they going to touch you? They shouldn't touch you without asking. Really, really a great setup. it's worth flying out there. A lot of people do fly out there.
They do.
And they have rooms you can stay in. I mean, that you can rent for the night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just a shameless plug for the crowd. They happen to be really good friends of ours.
Yeah. So yeah, you could watching voyeurism, like I said, exhibitionist. We do have a lot of people that will like go to Hito and they want the premium room on top with a balcony just because they like to have sex in public. And it's a safe place for them to do that.
No one's going to reach up and touch them.
No one's going to reach up and touch them. No one's going to call the police because they're doing it on their balcony at home.
Right. Now, with that, so we only got a 30-minute window, so we're going to go through these a little bit faster. So that's watching or being watched. Just whatever we said about watching, just reverse it for being watched, and you could be the exhibitionist. Soft play. Soft play, basically, it can range everything from just touchy-feely to kissing to full-on oral, all the way up to penetration. So soft play is a great way for couples and singles to kind of get into the lifestyle without committing to the ultimate act.
Right, to see if they're going to even like it, if they're going to feel comfortable.
Right. Me and Bunny, we kind of, we had a list of rules and that kind of hurt us.
Yeah, it did.
And then we weren't finding people because we were worried about breaking rules and all kinds of stuff, that we finally just eliminated all of our rules, and now we're calling it, because someone else told us, guidelines.
Yes.
Great example, because guidelines change for each different situation.
Yes, they do.
But we got rid of all of our rules and we decided to do a onesie, meaning we played how we play as a couple all the time, but we don't tell each other how to play. We allow each other to fully embrace the action and everything that's going on. And then afterwards we go home and talk about it, and then we talk about what was great about the evening, what was okay, and more importantly, what we really kind of didn't like. And if we didn't like something, we would discuss it. Maybe there's explanations. Maybe there's reasons to try it again. If it was pretty emotional, that became a rule, not a guideline.
Yes.
And now our rules are this big instead of 3 pages.
Right.
Okay.
Because rules can be broken.
And they do get broken, especially when you're drinking. And we've broken many rules because we were drinking, or we weren't thinking, because when you're thinking about rules, it's too much.
It is.
All right, so
then you got your full swap.
Okay.
So full swap is pretty much anything with penetration.
Yes.
So that's going to be, couples, they go back to the room, they switch partners and do everything that they like to do under the sun. But the biggest thing, especially with full swap, is you better be communicating with the other couple too, to find out, make sure that they don't have other guidelines, that you don't want to break somebody else's guidelines.
Right.
And if it's happening and somebody tries something on you and you're like, hey, I thought that was one of your guidelines. Oh, don't worry about it. No, I am worried about it.
So our rule is, if someone tells us they have a no kissing rule, and all of a sudden one half of the couple tries to kiss one of us, we stop it. We stop everything, because they didn't talk about it. At least we didn't get the understanding that it was okay.
Yes.
Because we had it happen to us. We had where the girl kissed me, so Bunny was like, oh, so she goes to kiss the guy, and the guy backs away and goes, we have a rule, while me and the girl are actually kissing. So that was very awkward, and I hate being in the middle of drama. So yeah, there's a lot of discussions. There's discussions of, and we're not advocates, we're not your mom and dad. We honestly will never tell people how to play or not play. We will always advise, protect yourself, but we also understand people go without protection. So you need to communicate that to the couple or singles that you're playing with. Do you require protection? Do you not require protection? Do you not want protection? We saw a couple that they went to go play with another couple, and all of a sudden they came back. This is a pretty hardcore couple. We know them. We've known them for a long time. They play a lot. And Bunny said, well, that was fast. And they required condoms. We don't want condoms. So that ended that. That's perfectly fine. They all knew their boundaries. So, and they still talked in the pool. So no big deal. And that couple that wanted condoms stuck hard to their rule, and the couple who didn't want to play with condoms stuck hard to their rule.
Yes. So if you have a rule, or you better you stick to it
until you talk to yourselves.
Each other's. Yes.
Yeah. Communication in the marriage is the most important thing. All right. So
a lot of people are only looking for girl-on-girl act.
Most new couples typically want a single female, or they want their wife to play with another wife, but sometimes the husbands aren't even allowed to play with their own wife while the wife is touching the other wife. Me and Bunny do not play that way. We don't even entertain it. It's like that couple that only require no condoms, or the couple that require condoms. That's a hard pass for us, because we got into this for each other and to fulfill each other's fantasies, and that's not a fantasy
that's not one of our fantasies.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right. So, and I'm only telling you our things because these are our opinions.
Yes.
So we're not speaking negative on anything.
And then you've got threesomes. Any type of a threesome, male.
That could be male, female, male.
Male, male, female.
It could be female, female, male.
And female, male, female.
Because not all females are bi. Right. Contrary to popular belief, there are a lot of non-bi females out there. So back when we first started, it was assumed every female was bi. And now today you go on the profiles and you'll see that a lot of females are marking themselves as straight.
Yes.
So you are situational.
Right.
Depending on how much alcohol.
Yeah. Depending on how much I've
consumed.
Well, consumed, but it depends on my level of comfort with the other female too.
There you go. So I just wanted to invoke a little bit of.
But yeah,
I want to open ourselves up.
So therefore,
a little bit.
Girl on girl play for me is like.
If you just walked up, it would be a hard no. Yeah. But in the midst of playing, anything is possible. And depending on how much alcohol is in Bunny's system is also depending on her mindset and how open her mindset is.
Yeah, but I'm completely sober. I am not seeking anything out.
There you go.
Absolutely not.
Right. All right. So on the threesomes, what we mentioned, when you see profiles or anything that says MFM, that typically means the men don't touch. If you see MMF, that typically means that the men are bi and the females just as included as all three of them. And that goes the same line as female, female, male, or female, male, female, because there are a lot of non-bi females that want a threesome but don't have to do anything with another female.
Very true. Yes.
So yeah, there's all kinds of dynamics, and that goes with the next one up would be bi couples.
Yes.
With bi men.
And there are a lot of bi couples out there. A lot of people don't think that there are because
they don't talk about it.
They don't talk about it because, and it's bad to say, but the bi male has a horrible stigma. And it's sad that people have to feel that way. And people will say, well, I don't want to play with that couple because they're bi. Well, it's the same thing as you don't know how many people you've played with that had a bi couple, that had a bi male. Because just because they didn't touch you doesn't mean that
they just didn't discuss it or want to cross a line.
Well, and the fact is just because that they're a bi male doesn't mean that they want to play with all men.
Correct. See, a lot of people think that a bi male is a gay male.
Even then, a gay man doesn't want to play with every man.
Right.
I'm a straight woman. I don't want to play with every man.
That's true. So with that, if you look on, it's kind of funny because if you look on websites, you'll see where they'll list themselves as bi. Both of them are the male's bi and the female's straight, and in their description, they'll straight up say, if your profile does not list you as bi, we are not interested. And so what that says is a lot of people that list the male straight, female bi or straight message a lot of bi couples.
Yes.
It's so much so that they have to put that in their description.
Yes, they do.
And now Tom's Trips, we do a week at Hedonism, and now we're doing 2 weeks. But we have our bi week in October, and that was such an instant success. We went from the first year to a full resort takeover the last 2 years.
Yep.
And then we start our spring bi week, which is this coming April, and it's going to be a full takeover next year. And with that said, it goes to show you how many bi couples there are because they are the fastest selling out weeks of Hedo.
You know, and that also entails a lot of your communication, because just because a male is bi doesn't mean that he always likes that he only wants a NAL.
Right.
He might just want to be orally, and that's completely. Whatever you do in this life is completely fine. It's your world. You live it. But communication is your number one friend.
Yes, and we, like me and Bunny, we absorb the lifestyle and we accept the lifestyle however anyone wants to play. We may not want to partake in certain aspects of it, but it doesn't mean we will not like somebody because they do.
Exactly.
The fetish lifestyle can kind of get us because we're not fetish people, so we don't understand
We don't understand it.
We don't understand it, so we still accept the people. It's just sometimes some of the fetishes can be pretty hardcore.
Right. And we're just like, we don't understand it. I'll ask any kind of questions. But yeah. So another one that a lot of people now are into is hotwifing.
Yep.
And hotwifing is different than cuckolding. So hotwifing is basically, you know, people, they like to play with, the female likes to play with a lot of men. And sometimes the husbands will be there, sometimes the husbands won't. They'll set up dates, they won't set up dates, they'll let the lady. So it really depends. And then a lot of people are into cuckolding, and where the husband or the partner.
It could be either way.
Yeah.
It could be reversed.
The partners want to be there, but a lot of them too want to, it just depends on the dynamic.
Some want to be submissive.
Some of them don't. They just want to be there. They want to see another male or a female take care of their partner.
A lot of times the cuckold part will set up the dates for the other person. So, because it's kind of, I guess, easier for two women to talk if it's a reverse cuckold situation, to get another woman for her husband or boyfriend, as well as guys will screen other guys. But that's not always the case. It's just, those are just a couple of examples of how those dynamics work.
But see, we don't really understand too much about it. Well, but it's not our thing, so we don't have a lot of information on it.
Right. We do know, Bunny was just telling me that one of our friends, their dynamic, because we're going to be talking about playing separate, which is kind of the same thing, because a lot of times in those scenarios, hotwifing and cuckold, they go out on dates and play with the other people separately. A lot of times they meet people on websites or Facebook groups and stuff like that. Then I didn't realize that Bunny was telling me that, that our friend goes to just vanilla general nightclubs and finds dates and takes them and plays with them and goes home. Yeah.
So there are a lot of couples.
I never knew that.
No, there are a lot of couples out there that will do that. They play separately. They are in a consensual non-monogamy relationship. which basically years ago used to be an open relationship, and they do what they want now. But most of the time they're coming home and they're sharing it with their partner.
Yeah.
There are some that want to seek out a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So there's just so many levels of consensual non-monogamy, and like I said, we just barely touched the tops of them.
Exactly. Then the last one we have on our list, just because we got to end the video in about 3 minutes, is BBC. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of females and a lot of couples who specifically seek out the black male for the BBC. It doesn't always turn out that way.
No.
Ask someone who knows. But there is a big thing for that. You can spot those couples or the females because typically they'll have a queen of spades tattooed somewhere. We have one friend who tattooed it on her
pubic bone.
On her pubic bone. Some will put it right on their shoulder. Some will put it on their boob when they're wearing shirts. They typically tattoo it where it can be seen, but then
they'll wear jewelry.
Or they'll wear a spade necklace or queen of spade jewelry on anklet or something to identify. But they also list it in their profiles that they are a queen of spade, or that they are looking only for BBC.
That's very true.
I mean, if a white guy or an Asian or a Hispanic guy had the same exact size, they are not interested. They specifically target BBC. We talked to one who said that the black men are probably the most respectable of all the races. Mm-hmm. And she likes BBC, and she even has the tattoo.
Yep.
And they play with everyone. But if it comes down to a single male, they want a black male who's a bona fide BBC of 9 inches or greater.
Yep. Yep. And you know what? I just want to say, because we are starting to run out of time here, like I said, this is a lifestyle of consensual non-monogamy, and there's so many different aspects of it, and no matter what you do or who you are or what you want to do, don't let it play with your head. It's not an issue. Do what you want to do, what makes you feel good, and what you're comfortable with, as long as it's not illegal.
Right. And it doesn't create issues with your relationship.
Yes. So I mean,
as long as you communicate with each other and you have open, honest communication, not just communication, but truly, you could talk about anything without embarrassment or anything. Me and Bunny can talk about literally anything without being afraid of how the other one might perceive us.
Yeah, and because if you're not open and honest with each other, you're not going to do good in your world, because you're not going to be open and honest with somebody else on what your needs and your desires are.
And you're not even open and honest with yourself.
Bingo.
So that's it for this video. We got
wait. I just have to say it. Uh-oh. You do you, boo.
Oh, God. I really hate that term.
I know, that's why I said it.
So anyway, if you want us to do any videos on things, we're always looking for topics. We're on Facebook a lot looking at topics. This was on Facebook. And that's how we do a lot of our videos. And these are just our opinions. So with that all said, we brought this one down to the wire.
We did.
So until next time.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.